short, I'm actually the founder of the Life Insurance Academy, as was already stated, and I'm the Chief Visionary Officer with Impact Legacy Group. That's our IMO. And Life Insurance Academy is a marketing company, essentially, that serves all agents around the country, regardless of who you're with. So, and I was excited to meet the Ashley Gronberg and get to spend a little time with her this week, because I'm stealing some nuggets from you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And one thing, since I guess we're in this kind of a competitive environment right now, you guys, I was asked by Cody to join him and Roger on the Ultimate Agent Show Season 2, which is why we're here in Springfield, Missouri. It's been an absolute blast. I really was not expecting to have this much fun and kind of get down and dirty with the agents and just see what kind of impact Cody and his mission is having on these agents, 100%. But one thing since I'm in this competitive mode as it is, I just want to ask you, I'm here to learn just as much as these guys are here today from you guys. So I wanted to see kind of what your thoughts are. What do you think what is it that your agency is doing and you guys are working towards that you think maybe we're not doing or no one else in the industry is? What's something that we can take from you?
That we're doing as an agency?
Yeah.
As a marketing company, two different, which one do you want me to speak to?
As an agency.
Okay, as an agency. So Impact Legacy Group really came together out of a desire to provide very strong support in 4 verticals. And those 4 verticals were life, obviously, health, Medicare, and advanced markets annuities. I know everybody says they support that, but most FMOs are usually all Medicare and they have life contracts. And you got to figure out life, but they're a Medicare company, or they're a life company that has a Medicare division, but they really don't want you focusing on Medicare because their money comes from life. Or they have a life division and then they have an advanced markets for annuities, but really there's not a lot of overrides in annuities and it's mostly going to the agent. So we don't really want people focusing on that. We wanted to really carve out 4 unique verticals and provide excellent support in each one of those. And so actually the merger of our company, Ashley, last year with Brian Askins, Cody's dad, and my company, those 2 companies coming together gave us that opportunity for those 4 verticals. I felt like we were leaving a lot of money on the table, especially in the senior market when it came to Medicare. I did not realize how much god-awful money there was in Medicare. And because I started as a simplified life guy. How many people are simplified life focused? Raise your hands if you're simplified life focused. Mortgage protection, final expense, door-to-door, face-to-face, however you sell it. And we have people that have been with me now in business for many years, and some of them are now moving into their 60s. And had I introduced Medicare to them, that they could have just served their clients and sold 1 or 2 a week over the past 5 or 6 years, they would easily have a 6-figure residual passive income just from Medicare as an add-on to their final expense sales. And I realized I was not serving our agents as well as I could have. So we were looking for those 4 things. We now have it. We still don't have all the glitches figured out. There's still stuff, as you're growing a company that you have to get right. But that's where we're focused. I'm excited about it. And I don't know, to say what you're not doing, because I don't know what you're not doing.
Yeah.
I can only tell you what we're doing. So that's a little bit about us.
Okay, cool. Well, I think a lot of what we're not doing or where we would need a little bit of help in is actually helping agents get onboarded in the Medicare side, maybe quicker, maybe more efficiently. And so I think a lot of people on this call see the value in Medicare, but I do want you to let us know what maybe one thing is that, aside from them being experts in that field and you guys merging together and that being their expertise, what was one thing that they did really well at to help you guys merge those and kind of even out those numbers?
Well, on the Medicare side, it was a very strong platform that was already established for people that were already in that space. And a lot of Medicare groups, they're not big on selling life. They sell some life, but it's not their primary focus. They're more about serving or enrolling people in Medicare programs. So for a lot of our life people, when they were coming into the business, one of the difficult transitions is, I don't know how this works. I heard about all this certification. I heard that you have to have a different license. Do I have to have more E&O coverage? And so all these unknowns become roadblocks, right? In our mind, they're like barriers. And like anybody in life, when you're uncertain about something, you don't move forward, you stop, right? If you're uncertain about a car purchase, whether you got enough money to buy that car, you don't, you stop. When you're uncertain about whether you should move or sell your house right now because the interest rates are high and you stop. When agents don't know the next step they're supposed to take, they stop. if people are trying to onboard and leave a career where they're making six figures to jump into the life insurance business and they're not sure of the sequence, they can't see it, they stop. And so one of the things that we've done is we've created an environment where our existing experienced Medicare people are now helping our unexperienced life people transition to Medicare. And so we're doing large group certifications where we don't actually do it for them, but we have people live on Zoom ready to answer questions. And so we're bringing people in large groups and we're actually doing that together. And so we have scheduled sessions throughout the year where we have dates, we point to that date, and then we push people to getting their license through and getting their certifications done so that they can be ready, you know, for this next cycle. And that's really helped. And so being in an environment just like this, where you can ask questions and be in this and get yours knocked out with everyone else, that mutual accountability with other people who know what they're doing, it really helped. I mean, you saw it happen here this week, right? Production goes way up when there's people side by side doing the same thing. They spur each other on. So the Bible tells us to spur one another on. And so when we're going in the same direction with other people who want to accomplish the same thing, that's how we win. So that's what that side of the company has done for the life side, and it's working really well.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate you big time.
Yeah.
That's a lot of help. We did have a couple people on this Monday and we did kind of one of those group certifications. But I think what something I took away from that is it's just something that we need to do consistently as we're bringing on a lot of new people. We've got 47 people on this call. I would say about 4 weeks ago, we were having somewhere around 20 to 25. So I think we've really stepped on the gas a little bit, but I think, you know, implementing those resources and just keeping us kind of working as one unit would be huge. So thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, there's some questions there. I don't know if you want to address those now or later. We certainly can. And I'm happy to, you know, do a subsequent meeting as well. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Are most of the agents doing it in home or over the phone? Are we talking about Medicare sales or life sales? I'm assuming Medicare, yeah?
Medicare, yeah.
A lot in home. It's easier. It's a little easier to do it in home. Obviously, you're dealing with seniors, their enrollment period, but they're not afraid to do it over the phone. If you notice, between October and December, Joe Namath is on every other commercial telling people why they need to call in and get the new benefits that are available to them under the Medicare program. So people are used to that season and talking to people over the phone. It can be done equally as well. It comes down to the confidence of the agent who's making the call. That's really it. And if you're dealing with seniors and you have senior clients that are 65, turning 65, or have a special election opportunity like COPD, or they're on disability, like those guys can qualify anytime during the year. Open enrollment, or the AEP season, which is at the end of the year, you know, that opens up for everyone. But you can actually enroll people throughout the year as they're turning 65, or one of those special election opportunities. You can get people in, and it's great income, guys. If you just put two people a week, along with your existing 8 or 9 or 10 life applications, you enroll 2 people in Medicare, a husband and a wife, and you do that for the year. At the end of the year, you'll add another $30,000 to $45,000 worth of income. And that's whether you're transitioning an existing plan and making about $300, or you're enrolling someone in a new plan and making about $600. If you do that again the next year and the next year, 3 years of doing that, just 2 a week, at the end of year 3, you've got over $100,000 in recurring passive income in addition to your life sales. And that really stabilizes your business and stabilizes your cash flow. And for me, that's the opportunity that I wanted to create for agents that work with us, because I believe this industry is the best. And I want to invite everybody into it, and I want them to have the best opportunities available to them. And I think this does it.
I love that. Thank you so much. If you guys can hear too, a lot of the mission that Roger and his team are on is the same thing that we're in right now. And so I'm really grateful that you were able to talk to the team. I know we've spent some time together this week, and I can see that a lot of the things he's doing is what I would like to see us moving more into. We missed a little bit of the numbers earlier on, but I want to say, you guys, it was probably 90,000 in life for the week, right? And then we did about 3 in Medicare, 2 annuities. So we would just like to see that even out a bit, you know, but I love that we're getting those numbers up on the board, and just a big shout out to Gage for really spearheading this for us, and Billy as well. I think if Gage wouldn't have ran as hard as he did during AEP and kind of taken that leap of faith, a lot of us wouldn't be here today. So I just want to pay a lot of respect and gratitude to you, Gage, for that. And then, you guys, I want to introduce real quick to you Cody Askins. Mr. 8%, Mr. Ultimate Agent. This has been one of the funnest weeks I've ever had, to be honest, in this business, you guys. It's been a goal of mine to get around people in the industry and outside of the industry, to go to events, get on podcasts, just really get myself in rooms with people who are thinking differently and thinking bigger than I am. And one thing that I was not expecting to experience this week is when I came in, they said, it's going to be a little bit of an emotional week, and we're watching people and coaching people just play a different level of intensity that I haven't seen before, where it's morning to night, dialing, selling, doing everything they can to make sales and win the competition. And this competitive atmosphere that Cody and his brand has created has just, what it's doing is it's allowing people to compete with each other, have that healthy competitive nature, but then also it's just uncovering the truth, which is just, it's you versus you in this business. And what I've seen people do while I've been here, you guys, is run so hard that it gets really emotional, because they're whether it's this business or any other business, if you're giving it everything you've got day and night, early mornings, late nights, it's going to pull a lot out of you, and it's going to uncover who you are, instead of just us constantly trying to become this person, right? It's actually uncovering who you already are and allows you to step into that person. And I'm very grateful to be in this room with these two gentlemen. But I just want to pay a lot of respect and compliments to you as well, Cody, because I have not seen someone do something like this in the industry. You have a army of people who trust you. And I think that what I've realized in this business is, and where I've fallen short, is I haven't gained the trust of the people that I work with when I start. And it's hard to balance out everything that we do. But I think that if you can speak to our team here today at Safe Haven and just give us some pointers on how it is that maybe we can gain the trust of our clients earlier on, our agents, and just I just want to see what your take is on that, because everyone in this room trusts you 100%.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Gage. What's up, Mikala? What's up, Billy? What's up, Safe Haven? How we feeling? Happy Thursday. We've had an amazing couple of days. Alexander, thank you for the kind comments in chat. I appreciate that, brother. Ashley has a massive heart for people. I think you've probably noticed that by now, right? You can see that every single day as she's helping and pouring in. We chose Ashley to be a part of this contest because she has been crazy impressive, phenomenal at coaching people one-on-one. I've always heard that. She said so much she loved it. I saw it through YouTube and other stuff we've done, 8% breakout, etc. But she got here and she's like, where's the agents at? Like, I'm diving in, I'm helping them. Are they on the phones? Are we going to the field? Like, what are we doing? Right? Like, she was so excited, which I love seeing. And so this contest, if you like, by show of hands, who knows what I'm talking about when I say the Ultimate Agent Contest? Who saw season 1? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. By show of hands, who's in trouble and has no freaking clue what I'm talking about, but you're okay being honest, okay? A few. Okay, thank you. All right, so I will catch you up to speed really quick if that's all right. So the Ultimate Agent Contest is a contest we created last year. We had thousands of agents register for this competition. We chose 5 on a live selection Zoom. We flew them to Springfield. We put them on a private jet. We flew them to an undisclosed secret location for season 1. We lived in a mansion. We gave them hundreds of leads, flew in mentors, coaches, and trainers, mic'd them up for 16, 18 hours a day. We put GoPros in their car, cameras in their face. We had challenges every day and eliminations every night. And we sent them home. And we went from 5 to crowning 1 the champion. And we actually crowned them live at our conference, but we turned it into a reality show. And the winner won $121,000 in cash and prizes. And we did that because, number one, our industry is the #1 industry in the world. There's more millionaires in this space than any other industry in the world, but a lot of millennials or even younger, whatever the freak they call them, Gen Z, okay, I'm getting old, man, I'm 32, are overlooking the insurance space, right? It's old. It's crusty. The average age is 59. Like, they're probably still playing organs at conferences. Like, it's just terrible, right? So it's our job to make it fun, to make it sexy, to make it attractive, and to bring a lot more Ashleys and Gages, these young, hip, cool people, into a space like this, right? And so we created this contest for that. We have brought it back again for season 2. If you haven't watched season 1, you can watch on my YouTube channel at Cody Askins. We're about to hit 92,000. I need like 40 more subscribers to hit like 92,000. So if you haven't subscribed yet, help me out, okay, at Cody Askins. And we're doing season 2. And so I thought, you know what? Who better than Roger and Ashley to be a part of this experience? And when I say this experience, the agents have to get here at 7:30 in the morning. We left last night at about 10:30, probably. They're going 15 hours worth on day 4, no sleep, $300, $400, $500 a day.
Eat when you can.
Eat when you can, constant competitions. We're surprising them with a random challenge and they're having to walk down. I'm giving away too much, but that's okay. Okay, that's why you're on the Zoom today. They're having to walk down and speak randomly for 3 minutes about their story to 100 strangers and they don't know they're going to be in the room, right? So we're throwing constant curveballs at them, but it's making them, we're seeing mental toughness. We're seeing them get stronger. We're seeing them gain confidence. We're seeing them stress the freak out. We're seeing exhaustion. We're seeing it like, wear on them, but we're seeing people push through, right? Like if you look at the leaders of this agency, right? Or you look at you are at your best when you push through. Like when we see the most out of agents, here's what I've noticed. 3 things I've noticed this week. Agents that succeed at a high level and do a lot. We've already put up like 40,000 in like 3 days. They put in the work. There's a lot of activity. There's also an abundance of people to talk to. Like they're not running out of leads every 14 seconds, wondering what to do with their hands, right? Like they are active. They're talking to people. And then the third thing is they ask for help. They're coachable. They're not afraid to ask people like Roger and Ashley, Gage and others like, dude, what can I do to be better, right? They ask, they have an abundance and they put forth the activity. And so I love this contest because it puts agents in a pressure cooker where they want to break. They're stressed to freak out. They're exhausted. And they leave here finally finding the person that they were meant to be, finally gaining confidence, finally gaining mental fortitude to push through this thing, this career that we call insurance, right? To do something really big. And so I'm happy to say when 92% of agents fail, everyone that's ever been selected for the ultimate agent, whether they've been in the business 1 day or 1 year, they're all thriving in the insurance business today. From season 1 and season 2, nobody's left the industry, and that means a lot. So that's what we've got Ashley and Roger participating in. She's going to be freaking exhausted because she's not getting any sleep. She's up all night, and she's just grinding with agents for like 16 hours a day. It's crazy. I'm a fan of Safe Haven. I'm a fan of your leaders and what you are doing, and I appreciate you letting me get to hang out with you for a couple of minutes.
No, appreciate you big time. Thank you so much. I need to raise my voice a little bit. I'm like, I was being a little quiet there. But no, I appreciate you, Cody, so much. And I think one thing I took away from that right there was I was trying to figure out what is it why people trust him so much. And I think that he really challenges the status quo and he challenges the system and he does things outside of the box and he gets results from it because he just has kept at it. I don't think that in the beginning of you starting your brand and, 8% that you had all of this success. I mean, I remember when I met you at a convention in 2019 and you spoke on stage and then I went up and kind of followed right after you on a panel. And I remember just loving your energy and thinking, I really was thinking like, wow, you're just a lead vendor,
Yeah.
But you were not just a lead vendor. You had some other things planned out. So I think that people trust him because he's doing things differently and he's not afraid to be himself and put himself out there. And so I want all of you to understand that too, is that you can build anything that you want here. Because we just had I can't explain a little bit too much, but someone had the idea of bringing up like how to solve a problem in our industry where people kind of laugh and it's like this joke or the stigma around, none of us were in school going, oh, I want to be an insurance agent or I'm going to get into insurance. And she's like, I really want to stop laughing about that because, we found a lot of purpose in what we're doing. And she's like, it's actually really serious what we do. She's like, so how can we change that? And I think that doing that is just really stepping into what it is that you enjoy doing and keeping this business fun and getting around the right people and challenging yourself and running. To be honest, I'm not, I think one of your core values is speed. And I used to think that's, I don't know, maybe I was afraid of speed. I used to want to be a race car driver when I grew up. So I don't know why I would be afraid of speed, but I used to, put in my head, like, you don't have to run so fast, but if I think there's a lot at when it comes to being very intense in the beginning about what you do. I mean, Connor, one call closed Connor on this call. Shout out Connor. It's right here. He, you don't even know this, Connor, but you are really saving grace here at the Ultimate Agent season 2. Everyone's got your script printed out. They know who you are. They know that you didn't start off as One Call Close Connor. That was a name that you developed for yourself. So I'm excited to connect you with these guys, and they're excited to know the face of that script. And I just think that when you're really, really tenacious and you stay focused and you find the people that you want to get coaching from and who you want to bring you up, then you succeed. A lot of people say, I haven't learned this or I haven't done this. Well, that's 100% on you, right? This is an environment and an industry where you can literally go on YouTube University and figure it out 100%. But we're so fortunate to have this team and people who really want to see each other win, because collectively it's actually more difficult to create that than we would think, right? Takes a lot harder conversations with each other, takes a lot harder decisions that we have to make and more decisions. But I think that the people who really succeed in this business are people who have ideas and take action, and they can, when they're having a bad day on the phones or they're having a bad day in the field, they just get right back to it. The people who can snap back fast in this business are the people who succeed. We've seen it here when people would get off the phone and they didn't dial right away. I'm like, what are we doing? You guys got to dial, and you got to track. In the beginning, when I got here, no one was tracking, no one was dialing, and all these guys are selling a ton of insurance. So it just shows you, even without them tracking, without a script, without, anything in front of them, it's just the fact that they're doing it over and over and over and over again and snapping out of the nose faster and faster every single time. So I really appreciate you being on here. If there's anything you want to leave us with, any nuggets, any
Well, you said something earlier.
Such a great interview. I'm like, you want to leave us with some nuggets?
Well, you said something earlier, it was really cool. But also like not true. Okay. So she said like, hey, you didn't have all the success back then. To Cody Askins, I still don't have the success now. Right. So what's interesting about that is we're all going through whatever we're going through. Like these agents, you're going to see them on our YouTube channel and think, dude, they've got all the confidence in the world. They're freaking amazing. They're writing tens of thousands of dollars in insurance in 5 days. And they're in here like breaking down and struggling and doubting themselves, crying,
tears,
tearing up. Like I asked them like, hey, who's the one person that has meant the most to you and has done the most in the history of your family tree? And Jarrell, one of the contestants, just starts bawling as she talks about her grandmother and her mother, right? And so I share that because we are all going through stuff. We all have moments of self-doubt. We all have moments where we lack confidence, but it's those that realize that I'm not perfect. I'm going to remain humble. I'm coachable. And if I don't quit, I cannot fail. It's those that say that and think about that and stop being so self-deprecating and calling themselves, morons and slow and stupid and terrible at objections and like lazy and all the stuff that we do. It's those that realize like, I'm not perfect, but man, I'm committed to getting great at this. I'm committing to persisting, and I'm committing to never quitting. And it's those that choose to end up being like freaking One Call Close Connor along the way,
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You guys, if you guys have any questions, we got about 5 minutes here if you want to drop any in the chat. But if anyone does have any questions, I'll kind of wait for them to pop in here. But I do want to let you guys know I'll be at 8% this year with Cody. I know he's not he's not gonna try to promote that on here, but I'm going to be there. And one of the reasons I am going to be there is because I mentioned before, one of my goals this year is to get in 4 different rooms, 4 different events, to just surround myself with like-minded people who are thinking bigger than myself. And one thing that I'll tell you guys about being in this office here, I have not met one person on Cody's team who is not on the same wavelength. Everyone has very, very high energy. They're in great moods. They've been here longer than I have with these 15-hour days, and everyone is here with a smile on your face. And so, or a smile on their face. And so what I love that taught me is you don't necessarily need to be a well-rounded individual if you have a well-rounded team. And I see that people are they would die for your mission, and they would die to help, bring this brand up with you. And I love that. Let me see, what is it? What are 1 or 2 books or podcasts that you'd recommend for a new agent?
His podcast for sure, right? Life Insurance Academy podcast with Roger and Zach and Chris is the #1. If you look it up, like it legit is the #1 life insurance podcast in the world.
On ChatGPT.
They're getting like 60,000 downloads a month right now, which is crazy for a podcast. Like it really is. And I know Roger will mention it. He won't brag on it like I will, so I'll do it for him.
You can find this on Apple, Spotify, all your podcast outlets. Just this past year, we launched YouTube. So you can actually find our podcast content now on YouTube at Life Insurance Academy. We post content there daily, and the new podcast goes up once a week on Wednesdays. We'd love to have you subscribe. We'd love to have you jump in and comment, tell us what you like. For that, the Life Insurance Academy is designed for all agencies. I told Ashley she's going to be a guest on our podcast. So
Boom.
we're going to be able to do an episode with her. And I would like to extend, Ashley, if there's a top builder on here and or a top producer that you would like to feature or profile, somebody who's getting after it, who's selling and also training other people to sell and be successful, and they're in the hunt with you that you'd want to profile, I'd love to have them on as well.
Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
that. Can I drop their name in the chat?
You can, yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have a guess?
Boom.
Yeah,
Gage is a beast, man. Gage is a
Oh.
beast. Gage is a beast. I love it.
I know he
absolutely.
needs to be on more podcasts.
That's right,
Speaker.
man. I agree with that.
The industry is better when more people who are trying to improve the lives of the people around them with this amazing industry come together and share that without all of this, the cutthroat thing that goes on sometimes in a lot of organizations. And I will tell you the thing that I think I've appreciated from my short time with Ashley is her desire to see people win at a high level for the right reasons and to try to do it drama free. Would that be a good way to
Amen
phrase
to
that?
Amen.
And you know, because there's a lot of good people in this industry that can help, that can lean in. And you don't always have to be in, like, you don't have to hate the other person when they walk in the room. Like, you can admire that person and learn from them. And you know what? I've become great friends with some great people in the industry across a bunch of IMOs, and I own one. And I interview top producers, Ed Pritchett, who's actually the #1 producer with Symmetry. And
About 60 mil a year, yeah.
60 million a year under his number with Symmetry Financial Group. We've gotten to know each other through Cody and through that relationship. And Ed sent me a video yesterday, just on text. We're on text. And he sent a snapshot of me doing a training video that he hosted on his full agency team call with me training. And he said, hey man, thanks for what you're doing in the industry. It makes a difference. Like, that's who we can all be to each other. And there's people on here, you need to tell your story to the world. Say it loud, say it long, say it consistent and over, and you will win. And the people around you will start to win. And when you do that, you really make an impact and you can create a legacy for people coming behind them. So you guys are in great hands, and I'm excited to see where you grow in the next few years.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for becoming new friends of Safe Haven for sure. You guys, if you want to give it up, throw 100 in the chat for Roger Short and Cody Askins. You guys, thanks so much for hopping on with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate you.
We are honored. We are honored.
Appreciate
Take
y'all.
care.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you.